Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.
Hi, this is Ron Kinshirf. This is the Business Spotlight brought to you by the Bank of Springfield. We are joined by a brand new organization here in town, Sprout Therapy. So we have Emily Buswell and Jenna Dietrich. You guys started Sprout Therapy just this past summer, right?
We did. That's right. Yeah,
so
just in July.
Why would two young ladies decide to start their own business?
Well,
And this is Emily and this is Jenna.
Yes. Hello.
Well, we both have a background in speech therapy, so
right.
I kind of come from a background in the schools. I did a little bit of early intervention before that, and Jenna comes from a background in working in nursing homes. But I feel like I didn't really have an understanding of how much of a need this service is in our community until I actually had kiddos that needed this service. So back in January, my husband and I received two foster kiddos that were about 2 and 3 at the time, and they didn't say any words at all. And if you know much about speech therapy, usually you're expecting to see like first word around 12 months, and then they start to have like 50 words by 18 months, that kind of thing. And these boys didn't have any except for dinosaur. So I talked to their pediatrician, got a referral, and I thought that'd be super easy to get them in for speech right away. That wasn't the case. I was told it'd be about 6 months of a wait list. And so if you have kiddos that are already a year plus delayed, and now you have to wait another 6 months. And those first 3 years are a critical time period in their life for that language development. So that kind of sparked conversations between the two of us, like what can we do to help with this need?
Before I get into you, so how do parents know that there actually is an issue? You know what I'm saying? Because you get in like, okay, maybe my kid's just not learning quick enough, or maybe the words just aren't coming. How does a parent know to seek services like you?
Well, sometimes they go to their pediatrician for those regular checkup visits, and they usually do like a screener there, so they'll kind of let them know, hey, you know, these might be a concern. I feel like we get a lot of referrals from that type of thing there. Sometimes social media, I feel like you see things online and it kind of sparks an interest of, oh, my child is not doing that yet. And that's kind of something we hope to do, is to provide some awareness and education for parents to know when to seek services and that kind of thing. A lot of times community or schools do a lot of checks every kindergarten, second grade, they do screenings, that kind of thing.
Daycare teachers are a great referral source for us. So pediatricians, a lot of people who just have conversations with these parents. And
so your background was more nursing home, though,
that's right? Yes.
So,
yep. So in grad school, of course, we had all of the interactions with, from babies all the way to geriatrics. Right out of school, I did go straight to the nursing homes, which was really great because I feel like I learned a lot of different things that I can still bring into working with the kiddos. But
how did you come up with Sprout?
Well, we love the terminology of something that's growing. So our tagline is helping little voices grow. And kind of where we wanted to go with that was our hope is that we can plant the seeds for language growth, and then it goes out into parents, caregivers, teachers who are the ones that are nurturing that seed. So they're the ones watering, they're the ones helping implement that outside of therapy. And the hope is that from there, those kiddos will sprout. And once they sprout, there's unlimited potential for growth.
And so we really focus on parent coaching, empowering those parents to be an active role in our therapy, because although we get to love on and support these kids for an hour a week, the parents are there for the majority of the time. So
something you said, though, is really cool, because you said we get to love on.
Yeah.
That's huge with what you guys do.
It is, yeah. And we both have that passion for kids. I mean, we love playing with them, and although it looks like we're playing, and that's
you do play therapy, basically.
Play therapy is what we kind of pride ourselves on. Is, you know, that traditional drill-based therapy is great for some kids, but it doesn't work for all. So we kind of pride ourselves being child-led and play-based. So that's something that kind of sets us apart as well. You know, we believe that kids, when they are interacting with something they enjoy and they are motivated and they're connected with us, that they're going to learn more. So,
that's pretty cool. So, and you guys offer different services individually too, right? Because you have different letters after your name than you have. So, what are the areas that you specialize in versus Emily?
So it's not so much as specializing in different areas. I just have 3 C's behind my name because I am a member of the American Speech and Hearing Association. So, we both have the same credentials in every other aspect besides I am a member of a different club per se.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So you offer a lot of individual services, right? The standard stuff that you would see out of a speech therapist. But a couple of things I noticed that were pretty interesting is you do feeding therapy.
We do,
which is, I think, a much bigger problem than people may realize.
Right.
So can you explain a little bit how you would help with feeding therapy?
Sure. So we work with...
She's not going to let you talk anymore, Emily.
Yeah, sorry. You got your chance. We work with kiddos who may be considered picky eaters or kiddos with difficulty swallowing in general. But some families, they'll come and be like, my kid just, he likes chicken nuggets and crackers, and so we can work on exploring different foods. We do that in different ways. We make it, again, play-based to make eating fun, to hopefully encourage them to kind of expand what they're eating, but also, explore some concerns with if there's an actual issue with the swallowing.
So aren't most kids, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry, along with that, we're hoping someday to also have an occupational therapist on staff as well. And what that will help with is some of those kids with those feeding needs, it may be some sensory issues, some different textures they're not really a fan of, and that occupational therapist will also help with that too.
Okay, and you offer services in social communication.
Yes.
So what exactly would a kid have a need for social communication?
Yeah, so sometimes we get referrals from schools or parents who just say their kid struggles with talking with others. They may not be able to pick up on nonverbal cues that others are giving them, or they just don't really understand sarcasm, that kind of thing like that. So we'll see kiddos with that. We've also offered some social language groups in the past, which have been great we work on skills like team building, problem solving, working together, having flexible thinking. Some of these kiddos are very focused on, okay, that this has to go this way or I'm going to blow up. And so we work on, it's okay if we work together and think of a different solution to this problem.
So is there a fine line between what you just talked about and psychological needs that some of these kids may have?
And I think, sometimes it goes hand in hand. That's why we're hoping to expand our services because, there's some things that we're like, this is a social communication difficulty. I often tell parents, sometimes they're like, my kid just doesn't listen. He doesn't follow directions. And it's not always defiance. It could be. But it could be, the language behind it. They don't understand what you're saying. And if you don't understand what mom and dad is saying, I'm not going to be following your directions. So we have to kind of navigate, is this a language difficulty? Is this a social communication difficulty? Or is this something we need to refer out to? So.
And you offer group services, and how does that work? You just have is it like I hate to use Alcoholics Anonymous as an example, but you bring in a bunch of kids that have a similar issue and they just hang out together and you guys kind of lead the play? Or
yeah, we try to do seasonal groups, at least for now. We'd love to do some ongoing ones, but for example, we just did a baby sign class. So any parents that wanted to get their babies some social skills, get them started with language, growth strong, learning some sign language, have some music with it, which was really fun. So we got some socialization there. We did a toddler language group, so whether that was parents who just wanted their kiddos engaged in something fun for the summer or they actually had concerns, they could bring their kiddos in there. Sometimes these groups are meant to supplement services that they're already getting, and sometimes it's a launch pad for those services.
And one thing I want to get to too is you have a Santa inclusive Wonderland that's on your website. So can you explain that a little bit too?
Sure. So we are actually partnering with another therapy group in town, Bloom ABA. So they do behavioral therapy, and we are hosting a sensory friendly Santa event. And so this would be for kiddos who have sensory needs, or maybe the lights are too bright or the crowds are too much. And we still want those families to be able to celebrate the holiday fun. So we'll have fun games in one room, and we'll have crafts and snacks and all the fun things while they wait for their turn to go see Santa in another room. So Santa will be equipped to meet their sensory needs and kind of take some stress off of those families.
So is this going to be at your place, at your office?
It will be, yeah.
Because you're you have brick and mortar now, right?
We do, very exciting.
So where are you guys located at?
The old Adams School building.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, on Jefferson, yeah.
And if people want to find out more about your services, we just touched on a few of them. You have a website, correct?
We do.
Which is?
SproutTherapyCo.com.
Okay, and it's a very simple to navigate website because I was able to get around
it.
Thank you. So congratulations on what you're doing.
Thank you.
And it's going well, right?
It is going well.
Is there one thing you're finding out? Is there a need in this area, or a need overall that people may not know, or if as a parent may not really recognize that as an issue? Does that sound like a good question? Does that make sense as the question goes?
Yeah.
It's like, my kid's going through this, but I just think can kids grow out of some of these issues, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Sometimes people recommend like a wait and see approach, but like I said earlier, sometimes you have kiddos that they're already showing a delay, and then they get to school, and then they're falling behind their classmates, and a lot of these kids may get held back because they don't understand language, or they get
the trouble kid.
Yes, yeah, that kind of thing. So a lot of times we're just really hoping to help set them up for success.
Is there an evaluation type situation where the mom or dad would call you and say, hey, this is what's going on?
Yeah, that's actually the first step. Once the parent calls us, we usually recommend starting with an evaluation. We do offer free screenings every once in a while, too.
Okay.
And that's just like a quick little 15 minutes, meet with the parent, see if an evaluation is warranted or not. But the evaluation really gives us an in-depth look of, we check out their speech sounds, we check out their language, those social skills, all the things, just see what the concerns are that the parent has. And we go forward and set goals for that child that we'll work on in therapy from
Great.
there.
Emily Buswell, Jenna Dietrich, Sprout Therapy. You can find all about them on the web, right?
You got it.
All right. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. This has been the Business Spotlight, brought to you by the Bank of Springfield.
Sometimes life throws bold moments at you, like finding the perfect vacation or finding the ideal location. At BOS, we're there to help you meet those moments with bold confidence. So whether it's managing money for future plans or getting what you need to start planning your dream, we're here to bring you a better banking experience. Make the bold move and switch to BOS today.